Hi, friends. Welcome to Enlightened World Network. It is our honor to have you here with us today. We bring you a guided meditation every day of the year, and today our guest meditator is Ansley Weller. Ansley's been with us for a couple of years now, I believe, and Ansley, we're so pleased to have you here. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm just so glad that you all reached out. It's really good timing and excited to get into this space together today. Thank you all
Excellent.
for being here. Thank you for having me, Dr.
Of
Ruth.
course, of course. So, Ansley, why don't you just go ahead and get started, and we'll talk afterwards about what all you're doing.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay. So thank you everyone for being here today. Today we're going to be meditating on the law of mind together. And just to give you a little bit of context, a lot of students and colleagues and everything have said to me, like, why isn't the law of attraction working for me? Why isn't it working for me? And this is a great law. This is a great spiritual law. It's been getting a lot of press. It's a lot of people have had a lot of success with it. But it's very important to know about other laws as well, like the law of mind. And one of the things that's really important when we are thinking about the law of attraction is that everything that we either have right now or everything that's coming to us for us to receive, whether it's a lesson, whether it's a gift, whatever it is, whether it's a message or a messenger, it is a mixture of the conscious and the unconscious mind. And so in this meditation today, we're going to want to basically break down a lot of the unconscious programming, the subconscious, unconscious programming. A lot of it is ancestral. A lot of it is intergenerational. A lot of it's from early childhood. And so basically, like, this is about getting curious and looking at your life like a movie. Whatever difficulties you're going through, looking at them like a movie, and acting with intuition and courage, and dissolving some of these templates and these programs. And some of it is world belief. It's beyond even our families. It's like a world belief that we can defend ourselves against. So if it's showing up in our life, if it's showing up in our movie, we want to dissolve the unwanted. We want to really hone in and become aware of the thoughts that we're having. The thoughts come before the feelings. The feelings are a really important metric. And we just want to chisel away everything that isn't us. And one of the mantras that we're going to be working with, just like if we're doing ballet, we're going to want to have a focal point where we're spinning and spinning and spinning, and we always want to go back to that focal point so that we don't get dizzy. And the mantra serves in this way. And today those mantras are going to be, let only the real remain, may the false fall away. Let only the real remain, may the false fall away. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And we're going to go through almost like a birth canal right now together, where we're going to be emerging gently from more material beliefs into like more spiritual beliefs. And we're just going to let whatever's going to come up. And when we feel like we need to go back to those mantras, we will. Let only the real remain, let the false fall away. So thank you all for going deep today. We need you. The world needs you. We're part of a global atmosphere right now. We're all interconnected. It's a very, very challenging time to be alive, very exciting time to be alive. And my experience is we're going to feel the best that we can feel is if we're really in our purpose, really in our our dharma, and how do we know what that is? What are we going through? Whatever we're going through, like that's the theme right now. That's what it is. So just go ahead and take a minute to close your eyes. Thank you all for meditating. This is one of the best ways you can gently, rather than drastically, emerge from more material beliefs into more spiritual beliefs. Is you need your meditation practice. You need your daily practice. The spiritual life is all about consistency. Back to the basics. Don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to meditate. Build your life around some of these practices. It's just like a lifestyle, like eating healthy or being a vegan, and so this is one of the best things you can do to align your mind with infinite intelligence, so that we're getting self out of the way, all our designs, all our plans. We're surrendering to infinite intelligence, to the sustaining infinite, so we can receive whatever blessings, whatever messages, whatever gifts are coming to us today, and whatever challenges we're going through. Let go of any shame, let go of any fear, and just receive this transmission of courage. Just like we love watching stories, we love watching movies of people being heroic, of people handling difficult situations with poise and dominion and courage and strength and finesse. So thank you for taking time out to align with source today, so that you can recharge and go from, what is if we're like a cell phone, we got to get back to 100%. We got to start with the day with 100% charge. So go ahead and just, let's all get comfortable. Ideally, you're doing this meditation sitting up with a straight spine. Settle into your body. What does it feel like to be in your body? What does it feel like to be you? So a lot of us sometimes aren't fully in our bodies. We're a little disembodied. So let's take a moment to just come back into our body. It's just like your home. You're out and about all day, and then you come back home, and you want to come back home to a clean kitchen and a made bed and swept floor. So let's go ahead and clean out the house right now. That is our temple. That is our body. So that we can reside here and live here, and we can radiate strength and beauty from the inside out. So we're going to start with a clean breeze. We're opening the doors, opening the windows so some fresh air can come in. That's the breath. So take some nice deep breaths through your nose. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. Tuning in to the way your heart is beating inside your body. Go ahead and release any resistance you may have through your mouth. Fill your lungs completely with air. Notice how your body feels. How does your back feel? How do your joints feel? Any areas that need some extra attention, just go ahead and send the energy generated by the breath directly to those places. Try to remain as still as possible. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. The more we can use this time to feel like a transmission of peace, and feel like a transmission of love, and feel like a transmission of beauty, feel like an embodiment of a divine appointment, a strong character. That is our job, to be a light beam, a beam of love, a beam of light, to be a free being that can smile. Our freedom, our love, our unconditional love, it gives others the same permission to experience those things themselves. So hopefully your home, your temple, your body is feeling like a better place to be. Hopefully your head is feeling like a better neighborhood to walk through right now. There's no wrong answers. Whatever's going on, you're taking a huge step by getting still, by leaning not on your own knowledge or your own anything, but leaning on source, going straight to source for the answers. Resting, healing from the pathological fatigue of a chattering mind thinking 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, while we're in this space, what do you see in the house? What color is the door? What does home look like? What does home feel like? Is the air heavy or light? Is it easy or hard to breathe? Is there good ventilation? Is there good circulation? Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. So go ahead and just imagine you have a broom in hand and you're sweeping dust out of this house, out of this room. You already opened the windows, so there's a nice breeze going through your hair. There's a nice breeze touching your skin. Breathe in, breathe out. We're going to let the real remain and let the false fall away. The dust can go. We don't need it in here. We don't need this extra debris. We're just getting started. The hardest part is getting started. So keep going. Chiseling away at whatever needs to be chiseled away. You might encounter some heavy pockets. Maybe it feels like you're running into a brick wall. Brick by brick, piece by piece, that is dense material. Let's cause it to be more light, more airy. That's how you know you're emerging gently from matter into spirit, is things become lighter. More like a cloud, more like a bubble. More joy. What else can you get rid of? What other rocks are in this house that can be put outside or that can be dissolved? Just like cleaning your dishes in the sink, you dissolve whatever's clinging to the dish. What can be dissolved? Release any and all fear. It sometimes disguises itself as wisdom or love, but it is fear. It is an old idea. Breathe in love, breathe in courage, breathe out fear, breathe out shame. Breathe out guilt. Breathe out anger. What can you create with the anger? What ingredients do you have in front of you for your story, for your chapter? What act are you in right now? What chapter are you in right now? What page are you on right now? The best way we can serve humanity is by changing ourselves with a meditation, with some writing, with some changing the vessels, stretching, fitnessing, lifting those weights, doing those push-ups, doing those sit-ups. What changes can we make within? How can we move towards more the love and the power and the light? Who is on our team? What cast of characters has entered into our movie? We're stepping into that perfect balance of the wisdom of the world, the wisdom of Babylon, if you will, but the heart of love, the heart of truth, the heart of God, the heart of source. How can we reach for better feeling thoughts about our identity? Who are we? Divine being, having a human experience, a strong human, intuitive, problem solver. Breathe in, breathe out. We're going to intercede right now for our whole team. Sometimes when we have a high calling on our life and we're trying to break down walls that need to be broken down, break down systems that need to be broken down, sometimes there's resistance. Sometimes it hits us, other times it ricochets off us. It hits the people around us. So we're just going to take a minute and we are tapping into infinite source. We're going to get into that mountaintop space where all is well. All is well. Source got there first. All is well. Letting go of the fear. Giving ourselves permission to get still, get quiet, get silent. There's someone knocking at the door. It's a challenge. Rather than pushing this challenge, this being away, we're going to invite them in. and listen to them. We're going to give them a cup of tea and listen. What are they trying to say? What message are they telling us? Just like our cars. We may not want to hear that we're running empty on the gas. We may not hear that we've got a check engine light on. We need to receive the message and take divine inspired action. We may not want to stop. We may be in a rush. We don't want to stop for that red light. We don't want to slow down when it's yellow. Heck, we might even be trying to do something and we don't want it to turn green. We want to stay put a little bit longer. We're looking for something that we dropped on the floor. But we are part of a global ecosystem. So again, we're courageously, now that we've found our center, we're courageously letting this messenger into the home. We're allowing them to sit down on our couch, and we're here to serve them a tea and listen to them. Maybe this knock on the door is coming from unwanted finances, or an unwanted condition in the body, or physical pain, or emotional pain, or a breakup, or a shortage, or a lack, or a health concern. What can we learn? What can we learn? Breathe in, breathe out. We're listening with our divine ear. And we're imagining the best case scenario. Perhaps we can encourage this guest. Maybe it's forgiveness they need to hear. Maybe they need to be acknowledged before they can move on. Maybe they need to be witnessed. They've come to our home because they want an attunement. Just like a musical instrument can sometimes start to sound flat and it needs to be tuned. The strings of the guitar must be tuned. The piano must be tuned. The saxophone must be tuned. The flute must be tuned. And the discernment allows us to know when something is off key. So what are we attuning ourselves to? The only dilemma is a lack of power. Therefore, we need to do the things to get more divine power. Calling on the divine, asking for the spirit to fill us head to toe, wipe away all the cobwebs. Knowing that we're guests of God here on this earth. We will be given ideas, inspired actions. We pray for our teams. We pray that just like we're working to know that we're tapped into infinite intelligence, we're praying to know that just like birds flying in a formation, just like whales flying, making a migration, just like dolphins or schools of fish migrating, they're tapping into the natural rhythm of the universe. playing the role that they've been assigned that minute, that moment. What role have we been assigned? How can we walk someone home at night? How can we walk ourselves home at night? What's real? What actually has substance? What actually has substance? What's real? Let only the real remain. Our meditations are real. Our world network, our enlightened world network is real. Positive content is real. Our identity is real. It can't be taken from us. What is the illusion? What is the idol? What are we putting before source? Is it money? Is it fear? What are we worshiping? Is it a person? Are we mesmerized? How can we wake up into what's real? What are we watching? What's our media diet like? Are we watching shows that are causing cognitive dissonance or edifying our soul? What music are we listening to? What are we attuning to? How can we stand porter at the door of thought and not let counterfeits into through our door of consciousness, our portal of consciousness? How can we be good porters, the door of thought? How can we forgive? Who do we have to forgive? How can we forgive ourselves? How is your guest doing? The one you invited in for tea, how are they doing? Do they look any different now? Can you give them a hug? What if pain is the touchstone of the spiritual awakening? Joy is as well. Remind them that joy is as well. How can we dissolve some of the festering, some of the darkness? How can we dissolve it? How can we shine our light on this guest? What is this guest saying to us? Something about balance. How can we be more in imbalance? More in balance. How can we breathe through the difficulties, breathe through the complex emotions? How can we shield ourselves? So that we can do more, be more, receive more. What are we wearing? What kind of armor are we wearing? What kind of protective garbs are we wearing? How can we live in a barrier so that we can assist more and help more and care more? How can we form more community so that all the burden isn't on us? Who has authority to assist us through this process, through this procedure? Who has walked through it successfully? Whose experience are we going to listen to? Breathe in, breathe out. You may hear the background noise. It's just the trash is being taken out. The trash is being removed. Just like the trash in our home, the trash in our mind is also being removed. We can keep our peace. We can go back to the mantra. Despite any distractions, back to the beam. Let the real remain, let the false fall away. Let the real remain. Let the false fall away. Let the real remain. What is the real? What actually has substance? Love has substance. Let it remain. How can the torturer become the remedy? How can the poison become the medicine? This poison is like a piece of coal. Is pressure on a piece of coal. Let that pressure create a diamond. Let that pressure create a diamond mind, a multifaceted, multidimensional diamond mind, which is like a camera. Source's camera, focusing on the wanted, but knowing that the subconscious has its way of manifesting, it has its way of appearing, so we can deal with it. Finally, when we're ready, we have enough power to deal with it. Whatever difficulties are arising, it's humbling. It's humbling that we need less us, more source, less of our designs and ideas and more of sources, less of other people's unsolicited advice. And we need to hear directly from the throne room, from source, from infinite intelligence, from the sustaining infinite. Can we breathe through it? Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Take out a few more bricks. Take out a few more items of debris. Clean out the house a little bit more. Remove what needs to be removed. And pour pink light into any wounds that are left when we're going around and rearranging the furniture. How can we get new furniture? What kind of new furniture do we want in this house? How can we remove the ugly, stale furniture and put in brand new, beautiful pieces, beautiful art? What debris can be chipped away? You're going to need vision. You're going to need a vision. Whatever problem you have right now, you need your treasure map. You need your vision. You need your role model. A good leader goes first. A good leader always has the vision. A good leader imparts the vision to others. A good leader walks people through dimensions, through portals and realms and doors. A good leader takes care of themselves before they enter the battlefield every day. Rather than fighting against the old, we're here to create the new, to create health, to create abundance, to create love, to create right relations, to create new models of care. New systems, new models. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's check back in with your guest. Are they drinking the tea? No matter how hard or jarring they are on the eyes, what are they trying to say? Can we listen to whatever message they're trying to say to us? What are they trying to tell us? Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. I'm hearing gratitude. Are we grateful for the good already received? Thus, are we fitted to receive more? Are we willing to receive? Are we trusting in the infinite source rather than our finite selves? What are we holding on to? Can we let go of any grudges? Can we forgive? Forgive, forgive. Can we walk by faith and not by sight? Our lives do not have to make sense to everyone around us. Are we getting the reflection, the relatedness that we need? Are our loved ones getting the reflection, the relatedness that they need? Let's go in deeper to the conscious, subconscious, unconscious mind. Might be dark and murky, might be very old. Let's bring the light and beauty to the places, the crevices that need it the most. Let's not be afraid to look and listen. Where can you walk? Where can you find these crevices where things have gathered under the bed, dust bunnies have gathered under the bed, cobwebs in the corner? What about the attic? How can we clean out the attic and know what's actually there? What is actually in this temple? What is actually in this body? What is actually in this house? Go ahead and work with the rainbow. Imagine a beautiful rainbow, a bow of color, a bow of all the colors of the rainbow, the beautiful purple, the beautiful indigo, the beautiful green, the beautiful turquoise, the beautiful yellow and orange and red. And that rainbow is just like a flashlight shining on every corner of this temple. Let it radiate from the inside out. Everything in our lives is telling us something about ourselves. How can we engage with the things we want to run from? The unattended cast of characters, how can we engage for a couple seconds or a couple minutes What furniture needs to be rearranged? Is the bed in the right place? Does the door need to be painted? Does a sign need to be placed on the door? Let only the real remain. Let the false fall away. Let only the real remain. Let the false fall away. May the false fall away. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. You are not alone. You are not alone. You are never alone. Help is on the way. May you receive it. Take out any heavy bricks that need to be taken out of the space, so there aren't any stumbling blocks. All the pathways are clear. Remove the clutter. Wash the windows. Wash the glass table. Everything you do for your home, you're doing for you. Learn to tame the tongue. Tame the mind. Make the mind, the tongue into your humble servant. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right, it's time to let the guest leave the house. The one that was knocking on the door, and you didn't want to let them in because they looked really scary. But now you've had tea with them, you've broken bread with them, and you've given them a hug. They've forgiven you, you've forgiven them, and they look different. Everything is changed. The house looks different. It's time to let them, it's time for them to go. Breathe in, breathe out. Look around the house. Clean whatever you can and know that it's daily work and there will be something to do tomorrow. What change can you make? How can you get into this? To make a miracle, you got to get into this millisecond, this minute, this millisecond. Where you can touch the hem of the divine, get recharged by source, and have a new thought and a new feeling. and create a new timeline, create a new character, rather than fixing, creating the new. Breaking off every chain that needs to be broken off. Breathe in, breathe out. See yourself in the spirit, in this temple. See your true nature. Really take it in. Rest your thought on any loved ones. Cast the burden on source. The universe wants to handle it. What are you believing? What beliefs have been formed from trauma that you can let go of today? Breathe in, breathe out. What is the camera seeing right now? The mind is like a camera. What is it seeing? What is it capturing right now? Continuing to work with the breath, continuing to sit, continuing to drop into the body. Let yourself be recharged up to 100%. Let the real remain, let the false fall away. Let the real remain, let the false fall away. Let the real remain, and the false fall away. Hopefully your breath is deeper. Your lungs are able to fill up more with oxygen. The system needs breath. One more time. Let the real remain and let the false fall away. Source is your health. Source is your life. All is well. Being firm in the truth. Directing the systems, the body to follow suit with the truth. Holding space, allowing space for the miraculous. Being able to be lifted out, up and out of storylines that don't serve us. Letting the subconscious be dissolved with that rainbow light. Releasing any and all resistance. As above, so below, on earth as it is in heaven, it is done. Health is your birthright. Claim it. Peace is your birthright. Claim it. Dignity is your birthright. Claim it. Love is your birthright. Claim it. Truth is your birthright. Claim it. Joy is your birthright. Claim it. Breathe in, breathe out. Claim it. Let the silence and the stillness heal and recalibrate you. Let the light dissolve anything that needs to be dissolved. Find your flow, find your routine, create the new. Hold up the vision for others, for yourself and others. What are we walking towards? What are we marching towards? What is the ideal? What is the standard? Gentleness, peace, love, kindness, good deeds, health, joy, beauty, grace. We've created a vortex, we've created a portal. Rest your thought on as many people as you can from this place. Bring them into the healing atmosphere. Bring them into the transformation atmosphere. just by resting your thought on them. What blesses us blesses everyone around us too. All sentient beings, not just humans, all sentient beings. All right, emerge gently out of your meditation and bring more of the spiritual mindset into your life, into your daily affairs. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for meditating together.
Ansley, thank you so much. You know, you said so many important things in that meditation that I just want to listen to it again and write some of those down. I did write some of them down, but some of them got away, and I want to make sure that I do get those. And one of the things you said is that health is your birthright, claim it. Dignity is your birthright, claim it. I mean, there was a beautiful little set right in there. Yeah, it was just chock full of so many important truths in there. So thank you so much for that. Ansley, could you take a minute and share with us what all you're working on these days?
Well, I have a lot of different things that I'm working on. One thing that I highly recommend everyone check out is I'm producing a spirituality show. It's on all streaming platforms in the podcast world, such as Apple Music, and it's on YouTube if you want to watch it on as videos. It's called The Modern Spirituality Show, and it's just been an amazing experience to produce all these highly talented, highly wise, highly accomplished people from all different industries. Becker is the host. He's written 4 books that I really study every day on meditation and mindfulness. And he's an amazing, thoughtful host, just like you are. You're such a great host as well, Dr. Ruth. It's really nice to be in this space with you. And it's all different industries. Some of my favorite episodes are the Young Pueblo episode, the Marianne Williamson. There's a couple Marianne Williamson episodes. They're all really good. And David Kessler on grief. So there's just a lot of, I always feel better after listening to the show. And sometimes I listen to the episodes because I'm the editor and everything, like multiple times, and it never gets old. It always just edifies me and attunes me. So I recommend checking that out. And I do a lot of healing work in person and on Zoom. So feel free to get in touch with me if you want to do a session or do a meditation class, learn to meditate, or even just go deeper into your meditation practice. And I'm a singer-songwriter. I perform once or twice a week in the area, but it's also online. And I help people find their voice. So I help people find that song or screenplay that's in them. And like for me, in kindergarten, my teacher wrote me a song about me and my name. And it was set to the tune of Oklahoma. And I still remember it. And so it had such an impact on my life, on me always going back to that song about who I really was and how people see me. Because it's 50-50. 50% is like, well, how do you see yourself? And then some of it is like, what's being reflected back at you? What is the universe reflecting back at you? And so that is important. It's a constant exchange. So it's very special that you all messaged me when you did, to do this episode for you, this session with you, because it was like really interesting timing. We had just had young Pueblo on the show. His book comes out today, and I just felt like just listening to his episode and listening, it just like put me into the combination of him and our host Ben. It just put me into such a high frequency that I channeled all this stuff about the law of mind. And right after I was done, to the second, I got a message from Enlightened World Network. Will you do a meditation? And I said, okay, I'll definitely do one. I think I need to do the law of mind. So I just really want to impart to everyone that there's always hope. There's always hope. Like, no matter what's going on, like, we are so much more powerful than we realize, even if we sometimes forget. And like, the thoughts that we think really do have an impact. And sometimes you need to go. That's why I really appreciate the work you guys are doing on the show, because when we meditate and we go into that altered state together, we're actually dealing with the subconscious. We're kind of tricking the mind, charming the mind into like receiving some new ideas, because the mind is just on a loop. So, we're kind of guiding ourselves back to the divine mind, to source, so that we can, just like the birds all fly in perfect formation, and the whales know when to migrate, and the dolphins know when to migrate. We have such big brains as humans that sometimes we don't want to be in the flow. We're kind of almost like, we're there's something, we're thinking too much. And so it's just going back to that humility of like the law of mind. And it really does help to like put little affirmations up all over and like reprogram your subconscious, because some of it is very ancestral. Some of it, we're just every day we're being bathed with false, wrong messages. And so that's what I do, through all those different mediums. And I am producing as well, a film. But there's just so much wisdom from Hollywood that I want to impart to the spiritual community. And there's just so much wisdom from the spiritual community that I want to impart into the music and the film industry, and help people understand like who some of our prophets are of these times, like some of these directors, some of these writers, some of these songwriters, performers. Like, there are a few that they're doing the real work. And that's what I hope this meditation helps the audience with, is discernment, like knowing what's real and what's false. Things are never what they seem. Playing around with that a little. Don't forget to have fun. So yes, I'd love to work with any of you if you want to get in touch. And thanks for having me on the show.
Excellent. So, Ansley, if folks are interested in working with you, how do they find you?
You can find me on, my website is the number 4 squared, SQUARED.co. I also am on Instagram. My handle's at Ansley.Weller. I'm on TikTok. I check my DMs. And you can always just email me, at ansley.weller@gmail.com. And those are the main places where I can be found. So.
Excellent. Ansley, thank you so much for today. Thank you for the work that you are putting out into the world. And I so appreciated the law of mind. I can't wait to see what else you do with it. So thank you. And friends here at Enlightened World Network, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to go inward and to go upward. And as I suggested, go back through this meditation. There's so much in there. And I think if you listen to it again, different things will pop out at you this time that you might have missed the first time. So take good care. God bless. We'll see you soon. Bye now.